Hi, welcome to this section. I'll be showing you on how to calculate frequency and relative frequency in a numerical data. Now, if you haven't watched the last video that I did, how to calculate frequency and relative frequency in a categorical data, I will advise that you go back to the last video and see how we did that. Um, Coming back here, we have two keywords on this table, which is the interval and interval width. Now, before we go ahead to know our interval or the interval width, let us see the definition between the interval and interval width. Okay, on this we have interval data, also called an integer. Is defined as a data type which is measured along a scale, in which each point is placed at equal distance from one another. Looking at this table here or the image here, you can see the equal interval given on this tape. This is how we're going to represent our interval. Now, let us see the definition of interval width. Class interval width is the difference between the lower endpoint of an interval and the lower endpoint of the next interval, meaning that the interval will start from 0 to 4, the width 5 to 9. They are having what we call an equal distance from one another. Let's go back to Excel and see how we can achieve this. Let's assume that I want to use equal interval as 10. Then what will be my interval width? Before we calculate the interval width, we need to know the minimum value or the minimum order quantity on this table, which is the function mean, and also the maximum value on this table. This is telling us that the minimum quantity that customers tends to order is 54 and the maximum is 342. So we can move ahead to calculate our interval width, starting with a function round. Then we open each bracket. Okay, then we now find the difference between the maximum value and also the minimum value. Then we now divide it by the interval we have on the table. So we can now say we want to keep it at 0 decimal point. Then it's telling us that our interval width will be 29. So we have to have an interval width with this value. Seen on the quantity we have, total quantity ordered starting from 54. So we can assume that I might choose to start my minimum value from 50, and knowing that from my interval width I need to add at least 30. So I can keep 80, then go to the next column. I pick the value of 80 again, then go to the next column, knowing here I have to use 110. But no, this is gonna waste a lot of time. How do I do this? I want to show you this method that will be more safe and um more safe, and it will save your time also. So let's do this. We have our start interval, which is 50. We can equally say 50 plus 29, which is the interval width. Then we have our total interval. Then coming down here, we can also do the same, picking from the end interval. Then we then it's giving us 79. From here we can anchor the value so that if we populate this down, it's not going to change. So dragging it down and also doing the same here. Wow. If you can see at the end of this value, we are expecting our maximum value to be 342. So the range from that value is 340 to 369. We can go ahead to find the relative frequency of each of these interval widths, which is from the start interval to the end interval. For we to calculate this, we use the function COUNTIF. Then find the range, which is the total quantity ordered. Then it must be greater than or equals to the first interval. Then you close the bracket, and we also want to find the end interval minus the end interval. Wow, this is the whole value that constitutes from 14 to 79, 79 to 108. That means for each time the customer come to order products, they are always interested in buying the total quantity of any product or any item present in the store from 79 to 108 quantity. They always ordering. This shows that the frequency in which customers come to order products are always between 79 to 108. Meaning that if I might give, if I want to give make a decision in, or tell the store to make a decision in ordering products, they shouldn't have an item less than between this value. Now to calculate I want to show you something again. I can easily come here to change my interval width, and it will just correspond. For each time you change your interval width, let's say I want to have 40, you can see you will need to drag, pull this down so that we can meet our maximum value. At this point, you can see where the interval width ends. So I can choose to keep it this way, take it back to the one we started with, and also I want to know the relative frequency, which we have it here, which is the frequency divided by the number. That means the total value, that's total frequency that tends to occur on this data set. So picking up the first value, then divide by the term, the the total frequency that occur. Okay, populating down. Here we come. Now, if you can see, to validate this, we have 100% of the results. So we can see that um, the quantity ordered are always between 79 to 108, which shows the highest percentage, and also 14. So people barely want to get an item below the value. So it's a rare situation where customer will have to request order products from 108 to 136 and other value. So I believe you enjoyed this video. So hit the subscribe button and also like the video, because I'll be showing you a lot of things in statistical analysis and other area related to data analytics. Thanks.